since we know there are 8 frames of movement before your danger and your step ID increases, which is on the screen right here, what that means is whether you're running or walking in between those frames doesn't increase your danger and step ID. So you see, walking right here, running right here, doesn't increase it. Walking right here, doesn't matter. So technically, walking in between these fractions, it's a waste of time, waste of steps. With that knowledge, in between, after a battle, we know our fractions is at 0. So what we can do if we need to take steps after a battle is we could run 4 to 5 frames forward, you know. So now we know we're about a little over half over half of our steps that we needed to move already. Okay, just don't do 8, because you know you're gonna roll back to 0 and you're gonna have a bad time. Now, since we're in the middle of the step, we can save a 0.5 steps. You know, that might not sound a lot, but on particular screens like this, it will save a lot. So let's say we got the encounter about, you know, right here. Okay, we'll just make a save state. We'll just make a save state because we're gonna reuse the same one. Oh, let's get the encounter first, actually. Okay, so we will make the save state here. Okay, normally you need to walk 11 steps, so we will simulate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we will save this same danger and step ID, and we will load to where the next active screen is, so which is the Great Glacier. We're gonna push our fractions to 0 just to make it more consistent for this demonstration. Okay, so from here we'll just unfreeze this, go right, up right. When the screen shows up, hold right. This is 3 times, so up right. All right, doing this saves you 1 fraction for each screen. So there's 3 screens here. That means you saved half the step already. If you just compare it to holding just upright. So from there, upright to up where the shadow is. Now from the screen, you just hold left. Okay, this is where we got the encounter, right? So we're gonna make a save. GG1. See, does this work? No, it didn't work. Okay, so this is where we got an encounter. Let's load back to where we started. Okay, this is where we started, so let's use that knowledge to our advantage. So we're gonna run, you know, 4 to 5 steps ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you can do it slow if you want, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you want to be safe, just in case you don't want to, you know, overstep, because you can easily overstep like when you're doing the steps like that. So we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, but now we're on the spot where we only need 10.5 steps because of, like I said earlier, the screen, you need to walk more the further you're behind. But wait, we're also saving the 0.5 steps because we know we're starting in the middle of the step. So we actually only need to walk 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, we're gonna save the danger and step ID. We're gonna load to where the next active steps are. We're gonna push our fractions back to 0 to be consistent. We're gonna do the same exact movement. Right, right. Upright, right. Upright, right. And then up into upright into the shadow over here, and hold right. Hold up, sorry. Then it's just left from here. you see where we are now? We'll call this GG2. So this is the first time. This is the with the 11 steps. And this is with the 10 steps. We made it this much further ahead, around right here. You know, might not look a lot, but that is a lot. That is the difference between a Marlboro and not a Marlboro. Okay, and just to prove it, just to prove, you know, this isn't bullshit, we'll be right here again. And if we walk the 10 steps here, instead of doing the advanced movement, we're gonna get the we're gonna underwalk and we're gonna get the encounter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So again, we're gonna save the danger and step ID. Go back to the glacier. Push this to 0. One, 2, 3. Look at that. We underwalked. You know, so also with this trick, you can basically anywhere you need to walk after an encounter, because we know we start at 0 after an encounter, you can say 0.5 steps. So you know, inside of the cave where we're getting a bunch of encounters and not going from active to inactive screen, this might add up. So we're gonna get the encounter right here. In this step route, we're supposed to walk 6.5. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. I still walked under the battle, and I only walked 6 steps instead of 6.5. But, you know, if you want to be safe, you don't have to underwalk that 0.5, because, you know, if you fuck it up, you're gonna get the encounter. Doing so, you can still use that technique, so you don't underwalk your steps. So we'll go back to inside the cave. If you do this and you walk your normal amount of steps, you can guarantee you won't underwalk, because you know you're gonna end up technically overwalking because you're already starting in the middle of the step. But you know, you're still walking this technically the same amount of steps as what we measured it as. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, I didn't force the encounter. I didn't force the encounter. Where's the save? Okay. So we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. You know, those steps, it's just to make sure you don't underwalk, and you don't really lose anything besides unless you're spending a lot of time trying to walk that amount of fractions. You know, it could be useful on some occasions, specifically like places like after the Hungry in Coral Valley, where you need to walk like 16.7 steps or something stupid like that. You know, take the extra 4 running steps, 4 or 5 frames of running steps before you actually take those steps. Then, you know, it helps you guarantee that you don't underwalk it. But there's also another screen that may be important, that could come out as important right here. This is the same as the other screen, where the further you are, the more you need to walk. So normally, if you get the encounter here, you want to walk 22, and on the white strip, you walk 21. So this screen is a little special, where, you know, it might be more dangerous, so you don't want to save that 0.5 step that you got from being in the middle of the step ID. But you could still walk the same amount of steps you intended to from where you start. So normally you need to walk 22 here, but, you know, we're safe to run 4 to 5 frames before we need to start walking. So that pushed us all the way to the white strip already. So that means we only need to walk 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Look at that, no encounter. No encounter. There you go. You know, you just apply this wherever you feel like you might underwalk, or you know, you could apply this if you feel like you need to catch up in steps. It might not be a lot, but you know, it could help. Just be very careful though, not to walk 8 frames too many, because if you do this, you know, you might be holding the amount of running frames too long. You know, or you can just use it as safety. But if you're desperate and you're in a pinch, this might just save your steps.